What's up, everybody? Thesby here, coming at you live from my living room. Of course, not live, obviously, this is recorded. Right smack in the middle of the COVID quarantine. I actually have a regular day job, but I was bored, and so I decided to, I don't know, do some of this because, biggest reason I am a female gamer. And even though there are quite a few out there. Believe it or not, female gamers only make up about 15% of the gaming population out there, or at least the ones that folks know about. So, female gamers are awesomes, awesome sauce. I have several friends who are gamers, and we run the gamut. A lot of my friends, I don't play a lot of multiplayer games. Occasionally, I do play Borderlands 3 with a friend of mine who absolutely loves it, but she plays that. She's played Counter-Strike, um, a lot of different games like Fortnite, things of that nature. I don't get into as much because, well, to be terribly honest with you, the folks that are on there sometimes can be royal assholes. Not gonna lie. And it makes the experience not as fun. Don't think I can't handle my own, because I can. That's not a problem whatsoever. It interrupts. I'm busy trying to concentrate, and over all people are saying is really rude and nasty things. So I don't like that. So I rarely play them. I might on occasion, but it's very rare. On top of that, I am also in a different age range than a lot of the other female gamers that might be online currently. And I think there's a need for it. There are actually several of us in my age range. I am in my 40s, not late 40s. I will leave it at that. But yeah, I think that we need to have a little more exposure. And so hopefully I can get this out here. And I mean, there's ladies like me that are on here. You know what? They're playing. They want some tips, and they're just nothing wrong with the dudes. The dudes, we love you dudes, but sometimes you just want to hear a female voice. So not to mention the fact sometimes we can be pretty insightful as well. And like I said, there's just not a lot of us out there, and I want that to happen. So without further ado, we're going to get into this game right here. The first one I decided to give a shot at is The Long Dark. This is by Hinterland Studios. The Long Dark, I have been a part of this since darn near the very beginning. It popped onto the scene, and I got it when it was in early access on Steam, and I just decided to play it. Back then, it was only a sandbox. Now there is a campaign mode. Campaign mode is fun, and it kind of gives you a better idea. And it's only got part of the campaign out, like it's not even all of it. They do it in episodes, and I think we're all waiting on episode, I believe 3 it is, to come through. It's either 3 or 4. Pretty sure it's 3. But anyway, we're going to get into this. This is very harsh. This is a survival game. You have to find stuff. You have to build fires. They make it very harsh. It's taken place during an electromagnetic storm, if you will. Electronics don't work in this time until you get the aurora, which happens sometimes late at nights. It's made the wildlife go crazy. A lot of them will attack you on sight. It depends on what setting you have it on. With this particular challenge, I think it's I don't really know what it's on in this particular challenge. So what we're going to be doing is called Winter's Embrace. They're doing this through July 31st. And through July 31st, essentially what they're going to be doing is everything in the game, if there's a blizzard, they're going to be harsher. Temperatures are going to be dropping. And when I noticed when I did just a quick little run through just to see what it was all about earlier, even when you're inside, normally in the sandbox, when you go inside the buildings, you'll immediately start to warm up. That is not the case whatsoever in this. If you're sticking with me, I appreciate it. I do not have professional equipment. I am doing this on my headset and my headphones. But I do try to make it entertaining. I do voices. I'm a performer as well. So I try to make this funny. So fellas, ladies, everybody that might be listening to me, just my 2 friends who might be subscribing to me, thanks for watching, and we're going to get into it. So we'll do Winter's Embrace. I'm not going to resume. I'm going to do a new one because I jacked up the first one. So let's do a new one. If you want it to be super duper harsh, we'll start random. That's always terrifying to me. And but you know what? Let's do it. If you stick with me, you'll find that I do always play a female character if there is a female available. Not because I got anything against the dudes. I don't want anybody thinking that. Don't want you thinking that at all. I just prefer to play as a female character because there's not enough of them out there, and we need more. Although I will say the industry is getting hella better. So kudos to all of the folks that are doing that. Of course, in the main campaign, both of these characters are, you get to play as either as one or they each have separate stories, so you get to play as different characters at different times. So okay, regardless, I'm muttering about 6 minutes already and we haven't started the game. I don't have a lot of these that I need activated, so it'll make this harder for me. So here we go. We're going to confirm it. Let's name it second try because it is, and here we go. A deep cold has descended on Great Bear Island. Frequent enduring storms ravage the region, and even the best shelters won't be the same refuge they once were. There is only one goal: survive. You've entered Winter's Embrace. Bum bum bum. I just don't want to start at night. Please don't start at night. Please don't start at night. Please don't, please don't. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. Where are we starting? Map. Just get, I think it's been a minute since I played this, so Broken Railroad. So if we go back this way, I'm gonna go back this way because this is gonna take me to Mystery Lake, and Mystery Lake near where this pops out. Oh. Shit, I'm wrong. Okay, nope, let's go back this way. Oh, damn. Okay, now I'm trying to remember where I am. Again, it's been a minute since I've played this. I generally know how to get around on this, but I'm having a hard time remembering now. It's alright, we'll figure it out. Right now we're cold, and let's see what we have. They always start you out with horrible shoes. I don't know why. And this time they didn't even give me a coat. They were like, screw you, woman! You get to start out with, we're going to drop you down in the middle of nowhere with a pair of spats. That's exactly what it looks like, too. There's a deer. Can't do a damn thing about this deer right now. Can't do a thing about it. I don't want to go through Forlorn Muskeg. You know, the only reason I may... The only reason that Forlorn Muskeg is good is it heads you back toward Mystery Lake. However, the Broken Railroad has got some cool spots too. It's got a big resort that's up here, if I remember correctly. And I should be doing. Can't get around that way, so you have to go down here. And with any luck, we're not going to run into a wolf. All right, so this one, this is where you have to go around your elbow to get to your butthole to get to where you need to go. That area was closed off to us, and so you have to go around it. And I have to traverse this weird little area here. And it's fine, just don't fall. So while we're walking to our destination, I'll tell you a little bit about this game. Again, they have made it as realistic as they could. Oh. Oh, yes.
I can use this.
Yes. It's very important. As realistic as far as like it takes you a second to light the fire. You're not always going to light fires right away. Just to give you an idea of like what it is they're working with. And today this is going to be like a relatively short one. But in any case, more about the game. I'll rattle on, so my apologies if I do. They like you don't have any ability to chop down these entire trees. You only have a hatchet. So whacking down one of these would be very difficult, but there are large branches that fall that you can hack down. Now the problem is that kind of stuff takes time. And because that kind of stuff takes time, you get colder. Like it'll tell you it'll ask you if you want to use a hatchet. You also have the option. You can also use a knife if you want, but it'll tell you, hey, it'll take you 1 hour to chop this branch into just logs, which you think, whatever, but you see your temperature drop. Now, if you'll look to the bottom left hand of the screen, that little red temperature gauge, that's your, I'm already, that little exclamation mark, if you go into this right here, you're at hypothermia risk already. And so I know where I'm going in this one. There's a big factory type place, like a workshop, if you will. These up. And you want to get in, at least if nothing else, out of the cold. Last time I started with this, I started with a windbreaker, which was extremely handy. And I did not start with one this go around, so I got colder much faster. But I am hurriedly making my way to where I need to go, so I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit. The bottom right hand corner, that's your endurance essentially, and when you run out of that, you can't sprint. That's you can sprint in this. Oh, is that just a somebody left a perfectly good pry bar. All right, you will.
This will come in handy.
Players, you will need this. Super important. So we're gonna traverse down through here because we've got to get around this. Sometimes. Another interesting thing about this game, as you're playing along, you realize. Like if you do the sandboxes, you can find guides online that tell you where certain items may be located, but it's not always a guarantee that those things may be there. Like there is a rifle in this game, and there is a revolver. They added a revolver in one of the updates that they did ages back, but they added that. But there is a rifle that you can get. As one could guess, bullets are few and far between. So you want to save those as much as possible. But you honestly, you can't even shoot at any of these things until you can't do a thing with it. Now, there are wolves. What I have noticed so far about this playthrough is there aren't wolves in the regular spots that there normally are, and then, or maybe it didn't give me an option to play on interloper or beginner or explorer. Normally it does when you start a new game. I am not seeing that here. Did I miss something? Maybe not. That thing was... I've been here already.
I think this has been here a while.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Okay. I missed my turn. I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. It's Bugs Bunny. For those of you just joining in. Dang. I haven't played this in a minute. I don't know where I am. Now the problem is, because of that, where am I? Oh boy. Okay. I forgot that they added on new areas, and because they're areas that are integral to the. You know what? I'm gonna go back up here. That are integral to the story mode, and I keep forgetting that they added them on. Now you'll notice there that your endurance, it takes a minute to get it back up, so it's not like you'll be running and then all of a sudden it goes like a lot of like RPG games or something, and like all of a sudden you're cured. That doesn't happen in this game. Like I said, they have really tried to make it, I mean, as realistic as a video game can be. So, oh, where is? It's down here. So yeah, it's not as easy as you might think. Meanwhile, I'm so sorry. I'm here doing this playthrough with you all, and oh, okay. Oh yeah, I forget. I'm just walking around, not doing a damn thing. I will say too, I haven't dropped any major curse words just yet, but occasionally I might do that. So if you are watching this and you got little kids, I just, you know, just be warned. Will be some language on occasion. I try not to overdo it, but if I ever do a series where I'm doing like, that's another thing that I want to do is, if I ever do a series where I'm doing a scary game, watching me do a scary game is hilarious. I'm going to leave up on my site the original VR version that I did of Until Dawn Rush of Blood. If you a PS4 person, it's an older game now at this point. If you've not played it and you have the VR, it's hilarious. Even if you don't, watch me play this stupid game because it's ridiculous. I mean, it's basically me screaming and cursing like the entire time because I was surprised with an enemy type that I did not expect, and so yeah, scared my keister right off. Just left my butthole right back there at the start of the game, and that one I did. Yeah, sure I did. Throwing it out there, I can also be a tad weird, so begging your pardon there.
This stuff will come in handy.
So I'm getting in here to probably be able to get out of the wind and at least build a fire, sort of. Did I find wood? I don't even remember if I found wood. But yeah, Until Dawn, it was super scary. They hate the light. Okay. Alright, that'll work. Sport vest.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Oh, good. They hate the lights. That comes into play in the campaign. Where we are now exactly, and honestly it comes into play here as well, because at night when the aurora happens late at night, the wolves and so on and so forth, they run away from your light, and that is also when, if you pick up a flashlight, oh thank God, if you pick up a flashlight, you can use said flashlight to chase them off. They don't like it. And you can also, all of the lights that we came through there, when the aurora hits, you can turn on the electric things, and there's some things that have, there's some computers that are still working, and yada yada yada, so there's a lot of that happens. Now, these lockers that you see, the lockers in the trunks that are locked, the only way that you can open those is to use
take it.
pry bar, which I found out of the blue. So I have been in luck so far. I have found a pry bar. I have found a hatchet already, so this is good. The other item that you really want, and hopefully you can find, always pick them up, is
being useful.
a knife. Have not found one of those yet, and it makes me sad. Ah, ketchup chips. These ketchup chips, they're a Canadian classic. They put these on here for Canada Day, which is part of this update as well. We're going to take that. They've put, for Canada Day, they've put ketchup chips, and they've put maple syrup. So, I mean, there you go. It's Canada. Eh? Canada, eh? And yes, I'm poking fun a little bit at Canadians. Not because I don't like Canadians, but just like they poke fun at my accent, so do I. I'm Southern, and, you know, here we are. Let's see the stump remover again. Stump remover is some part of the thing. There's things in it that it helps you make gunpowder. I think this game just like gets you is stay on target.
I can use this.
Oh, good. Research books. When you find a research book, you can sit and read them. However, it does take time. Make sure you're in front of a fire or somewhere warm, because otherwise it will be super cold. That's the hard part of this one, because going inside you can't even when you go inside you can't escape the cold. Like right here, I'm not warming up.
This'll come in handy.
Oh yes. Any other time, I'll be warming right up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have found all kinds of goodies in here. Oh yes. Yes. Holy cow. Those will keep you the warmest of all of them, but they're super heavy, so I don't normally keep them. Okay, so let's go back here. Now, this is the thing that'll get you as well. My pants, as you can see, are wet. So those are the best ones. We really lucked out here. Now, to fix these, in order to fix these, you have to have leather, which is why I have a tendency to I pick up these shoes so I can tear them down, make leather, but I'm not going to tear them down until I get in front of a fire and start getting warmed up. They're nicely waterproof as well. These are the best ones to wear as well. Now, right now, you may see that I'm not warming up too terribly much. Oh, these were two really good ones. A windbreaker and a sport vest. So I have a windproof bonus of 13 degrees, and so right now it feels like 27 degrees. Lovely. So I'm still not over freezing, which is important to stay away from hypothermia, so I'm currently freezing.
This stuff will come in handy. Goddamn, freezing.
Oh, good lord. Okay. Alright. Alright, so I need to go out here and make a fire. Now, oh, yes. So, coal, if you find coal, it doesn't necessarily make things burn longer, but it makes things burn hotter. And so you will get warm in a much quicker amount of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up several of these. It also creates, you see these little furnaces? You can make weapons and well, not weapons, but you can forge stuff, which is kind of nice. You spend the better part of the first of the game. You're going to spend a better part of it.
Nobody needs this anymore.
Just literally picking up darn near as much as you can. Hacksaws. I normally don't carry one around. Because they're stupidly heavy. These are used for breaking down any of the metal objects that you come around and you can break down. So. So yeah, we're not really inside. But I'll tell you where you are. If you... Is that a rope? Yes, it is.
I'll take it.
Now, affliction risk, means we're overburdened. That means I'm carrying more than I'm supposed to be able to carry. Because I have just gone crazy town. And again, this is what's going to make this game even harder. Because as you can see, I'm out of the wind, but I am not out of the cold. So I think what I'm going to do is start a fire. I've got some reclaimed wood. As you can see, it doesn't just automatically happen.
Come on, little fire.
I forgot to add accelerant, so I'm going to do that just to get going because my bod is cold. After 25 minutes, you can add coal. Coal will heat this baby up like crazy. And maybe I'll break down some more wood. Coal is also one of the heaviest things that you can find. I mean, when you get a whole bunch of it, it really super duper weighs you down. So just curious how far I can walk away. So see, as far as it's concerned, I'm heating up the inside of this place. So because of that, well, always take accelerants. Because if you're out, you need to start a fire fast. Better grab it. Okay, so things are getting a little heavy. I'm going to go over here. Now, the one thing that I haven't found, which is extremely handy to have, is a can opener, believe it or not. There's a workbench over here as well. Always get a whetstone. Keep your hatchet and knives once you find them. You've got to keep those in working order. There we go, look at that. That literally will heat me up like nobody's business. There is a cooking slot on here. Look at that. Yes! Hundreds of degrees up in here. Yes! Heat you up so fast. Alright, so what do we have to eat? I can't remember if I didn't find a knife. I am going to drink some... Sodas are great because not only do they give you something to drink, they don't give you as much as if you were drinking water. Plain water is best.
So tired.
I know you are, dear. It's always a good idea to melt you some snow as well. Melting snow gives you water. And honestly, water is the most important thing, water and food. Well, technically 3, because if you freeze to death, then it doesn't matter. So right now she's super tired. My biggest concern was getting warm. So when you eat it, and if you eat it and it's cooked, then it heats you up. It warms you up as well. Now with this, you can pass time until it's ready, and then you can hit this again and pass time until it's ready again, and you can take it. Pass time until it's ready again, and then we're going to take it. Pick it up. Pick it up. Now then. How are we doing? Carrying. See, I'm so tired now that it's making it hard to... So, I've got a couple of hours. I'm going to rest a minute so I can recoup. Always put it right by the fire. I don't remember if I'll wake up in the dark. Ooh, it's getting windy out there. Okay, 28 minutes. I'm gonna add some food.
I'm tired.
Didn't rest very much, did I? I may be out of luck. So what I'm gonna do is, I've got to... I'll patch some of this stuff up. So, so if you go to actions and you hit repair, as long as you got a sewing kit, you can also use a hook and some line as well to repair your stuff. But that's what we're going to do. So I'm actually going to do this. But for right now, I'm going to let y'all go because you know, it's y'all don't need to sit here and watch me do this. May come back later, but I appreciate you if you've taken the time to sit here and hang out with me. I do appreciate it, and I'll hopefully get another one on here soon. Bye, y'all.